This time, let us prepare the documentary requirements for Jail Officer 1 application in the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. So what are those documentary requirements? These are personal data sheet, transcript of records, diploma, birth certificate, certificate of eligibility or board of rating from PRC, clearances, PNP Directorate for Intelligence Clearance, NCIP or Bureau of External Relations certificate, certificate of previous and present employment, marriage certificate if married, and the following: MDF verified by Pag-ibig, MDR verified by PhilHealth, and TIN number verified by BIR. Before preparing these requirements, assess first yourself if you are qualified when it comes with age requirement and also with height requirement. When it comes with age requirement, the applicant must be within 21 to 30 years old, and it is only the discretionary of the Bureau to allow with an age of 30, 31 to 35 years old. And for the height requirement, for male, he should be at least 1.57 meters, and for female, she should be at least 1.52 meters. These height requirements are already reduced based from the law passed and approved by the former President Rodrigo Duterte. So, if you are within this requirement, you can now start preparing the documentary requirements. First, personal data sheet. Revised. This time, it's now the revised 2017. I suggest that you should prepare at least these 3 sets and handwritten. All of them, the PDS must be in handwritten. And for notarization, you can either notarize it in public attorney's office or in the private lawyer. In the public attorney's office, it's in the Hall of Justice, it's free of charge. But in private attorney's office, private lawyers, it's with charge. Now, sketch plan of residence, just only draw by sketching from the main road to your house, so that it will help the Bureau to make their background investigation. And also, photocopy of authenticated transcript of records or TOR. I suggest you should have at least 3 sets. The same also with diploma, 3 sets. And this original birth certificate, I suggest that you must already request for a PSA birth certificate. That's my suggestion, that request already for PSA, because if you still have the NSO birth certificate, the Bureau might ask you for the PSA. So just be ready with or request already for the birth certificate, PSA birth certificate. Next, photocopy of authenticated certificate of eligibility or board of rating with photocopy of PRC ID. If you will be asking me what are those eligibility that can be accepted by the Bureau. First, if you have graduated with Latin honors, cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, so you are already automatically eligible to apply in the Bureau. And also, if you have passed the civil service exam, paper pencil test, CSE PPT professional level. And also, if you have already the license with you, granted by the Professional Regulation Commission, the PRC, any license or granted by the PRC is eligible as a qualification for eligible to apply for this Jail Officer 1 in the Bureau. Photocopy of PRC ID. So just prepare with you your photocopy of PRC ID. It is not necessary that you have with you your certified photocopy of PRC ID, because that is different from a photocopy alone from the certified photocopy of PRC. But I suggest have it with you already, start or request already from the PRC a certified photocopy of your PRC. Next, clearances. For barangay clearance, in order to have with you your barangay clearance, you must have already with you your cedula in order to apply, in order for you to apply a barangay clearance. You can either ask for cedula from your barangay or from the city hall. Next, police clearance. Police clearance and NBI clearance can be applied online already. And you will be given an appointment date to go to the venue to claim already, to have picture, fingerprints, and claiming already the clearance. Next, the court clearances, MTC and RTC clearance. These clearances can be obtained from the Hall of Justice. The same also with the fiscal clearance, but the payment of this fiscal clearance is in the City Hall, and bring the OR to the Hall of Justice, to the prosecutor's office, and claim for this fiscal clearance. Next, photocopy of PNP Directorate for Intelligence clearance. During our time, we were not anymore asked for this Directorate for Intelligence clearance. It's enough that we have the police clearance, but just wait for further instructions with this, or you can ask the Bureau. You can ask the Bureau online or through their messenger, to their Facebook page, regarding this PNP Directorate for Intelligence clearance, as further ask for further information regarding this. Next, photocopy of NCIP, the National Commission for the Indigenous People, or the Bureau of External Relations certificate. This is now for waivers. If this time, this is already as a discretion of the Bureau to, if the applicant is not within the age requirement, then apply already in the NCIP, or if you are not within the range, or not at least with the height requirement, you can ask also for a waiver from NCIP or Bureau of External Relations. Then it's already the discretion of the Bureau to accept it as part of the requirements. So do not lose hope if you are not within the age requirements, but those 20 and below are not yet eligible, even though with waivers. But only those age waiver, I mean in the age waiver for those applicants with an age from 21 to 35 years old. But when it comes to height requirement, those applicants did not reach the 1.57, or for female did not reach the 1.52 meters. So they can ask for waivers. Next, photocopy of certificates of previous and present employment. It is an edge as an applicant if you have with you your previous or present certificate of employment. It is an edge because the Bureau is looking for those applicants with working experience already. But good for those who have already who are hired, even though they do not have their previous employment, as long as their eligibility, their qualifications are necessary in the Bureau. Next, photocopy of marriage certificate issued by PSA. If the applicant is married, then present the marriage certificate. Now, photocopy of the following: MDF from the Pag-ibig, MDR verified by PhilHealth, TIN verified by BIR. So this time, if you are already on the process of compiling these requirements, start already apply for MDF in the Pag-ibig, in PhilHealth, and also TIN for BIR, because in order for you to save time, because it is already a hassle on your part if you are already on the process of the recruitment, in the process of recruitment, and that's a time you will still get these pag-ibig and PhilHealth numbers and BIR team numbers. And as additional tip, if you have already these documentary requirements, scan all these papers and make it into scan and convert it into PDF file for future purposes. So again, if you have already these complete requirements before you submit these papers, by mailing or by personal service, scan these documents and convert it into PDF file.